Morning, Ronnie. How are you today?
Hey, Chief. How are you?
Doing fantastic. We're out here at the beautiful Mary Alice Park. Beautiful morning. We've got something exciting for you today. We're going to be visiting with our volunteer unit. These guys are some of the unsung heroes of the Sheriff's Office. Their volunteer hours, the effort they put forth to us helps us tremendously on a daily basis. So they are going to introduce themselves. We're going to talk about what they do. We're going to see some of their equipment and explain some of their equipment to you. There's been a lot of talk on social media about some of the different vehicles they drive, and we're going to address that today. So let's grab your cup of joe and let's go.
Good to
Hey,
see you,
Pete,
sir.
good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing great.
Good to see you. Good morning. How are you doing? Good to see you. Morning. How are you today?
Hey, good morning.
Good. Hey guys, how are y'all today?
We're fine. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. Great to see you. So we're gonna meet with these guys and let them kind of tell you what they do.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Pete Sabella. I'm the sergeant over the volunteer unit here at the Sheriff's Office, and I've been here for about 22 years.
Good morning. Napoleon Foster, a member of the volunteer group here in the county. I've been with the county since 2010.
Don Draper. I was with the CHIP unit when the first class started in 2018, and I'm also part of Aries.
Lisa Graves. We've been with the volunteer unit for about a year, a CHIP member and a CERT member.
Bill Graves, volunteer member of CERT and CHIP.
Deputy Brandon Keenan, been with the county for 18 years and 2 with the volunteer unit.
So Pete, if I really wanted to become a volunteer, how am I going to do that?
Okay, so there's one of 3 ways that you can join the volunteer unit. First off, if you go to the Sheriff's Office webpage under the volunteer tab, you can send me an email directly and let me know that you're interested in joining the volunteer unit. But 3 ways that somebody can enter the volunteer unit. One is through our Citizens Law Enforcement Academy. The other is to participate and take our Community Emergency Response or CERT team training. And then the third option is if you're a licensed ham radio operator, you can join through our Aries group, which is our amateur radio emergency services team here in Forsyth County.
That sounds awesome. So easy answer is go to our website, go to our volunteer unit. Your email address is on there.
Yes, sir, correct.
And to reach out directly to you.
Yep, absolutely.
That's easy enough. Cool. Let's get up here in the shade and we can talk about this a little bit more.
Yeah, it sounds great.
So let's talk about that a little more, Pete. How many volunteers do we have here at the Sheriff's Office?
So we have right at about 150 active volunteers.
150
Yes, sir.
active volunteers.
Yes, sir. They are
That
some
is
amazing
incredible.
people.
That is absolutely incredible. Brandon, can you tell us a little bit about the different units?
Yeah, so we have our Aries unit, which is Amateur Radio Emergency Services. We have our CERT team, which is our Community Emergency Response team. We have our CHIP unit, and basically that's Citizens Helping and Policing. They're the ones that you actually see inside the little tan patrol vehicles.
Okay, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later in the video. If when I wanted to get involved, or when these guys wanted to get involved with the volunteer unit, how do they pick where they want to be? Maybe y'all can answer this. How did y'all pick what units you want to be a part of?
Well, we were actively looking to move out of Forsyth County because we wanted to live somewhere quieter with less traffic.
Okay.
And we saw online that the Sheriff's Office was offering a ladies' self-defense class.
Yes.
So I went to that, and that led to learning about the CALEA class, the Citizens Law Enforcement Academy.
Okay. Now the Citizens Law Enforcement Academy is how long? It's a 10,
I think
12 week?
I think it's 10 weeks.
10-week program that the Sheriff's Office runs through our Community Relations Unit and our volunteer unit. And it kind of gives you, and I always use this term in these videos, it kind of gives you that peek behind the curtain. And when we were coming up for the idea of the Cup of Joe, that's exactly what we were thinking. We wanted to give you that peek and that personal side of the Sheriff's Office. So that is a much more than these videos that we do. You come, you sit one night a week for a few hours, and the different units from the Sheriff's Office comes in and tells you exactly what they do and how they participate in the community and what crimes they investigate and all that. So it's a great opportunity. If you just want to know a little more about your sheriff's office here in Forsyth, sign up. CALEA is the best, and it's probably one of the best avenues to get to our volunteer unit. So I'm sorry.
So by the time we graduated from that, we had decided we're not moving.
That's
this
great.
is home. We learned this is the
This is
best
home.
place that we can be. And we met with these two gentlemen and learned about CHIP and CERT. So we went through the CHIP program, and then we're in the CERT program now. So we love it. We're home.
So
There's not a better place to be.
It's not a better place to be. I love to hear it.
What's interesting, Chief, is that at the end of the Citizens Law Enforcement Academy, Brandon and I actually go and attend one of the classes, and we talk about the volunteer unit and the many different opportunities we have. And that's how we were lucky enough to recruit Bill and Lisa to our team.
Great. Do any of the rest of y'all do CERT? Napoleon, do you do CERT? So you do CERT. Can you tell us a little more about CERT? I know y'all get some specialized training and some medical and the medical search and rescue and things like that. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about that?
Absolutely. The CERT training that we had is excellent. We were able to find out a lot about the county, about especially taking care of your own health and welfare.
Yes.
At your own home first. You take care of your home first, and then you can take care of your community that you live, and then you can reach out past that and take care of others in the city or the state. Mm-hmm. It's an excellent way of getting additional knowledge about how to survive in a disaster situation.
Right.
Any type of disaster that might come about. So that's one of the biggest thing that you get from being a member of the CERT.
That's great. And I know I've personally called out CERT on the different things, when we've had tornadoes, when we've had these high winds that are knocking down trees, it seems like more frequently now. And also on some search and rescue missions, they've been very, very beneficial to us in the search, because when you do a search, when you have someone go missing, we want to flood as many people, qualified people, into the area to help find that. So we've talked about. Let's talk about CHIPS a little bit. CHIPS is kind of the bread and butter and the high visibility. Tell us a little more about CHIPS.
Well, I worked a similar program in a neighboring city. So when I moved up here, there was no CHIP program. But in my first CALEA class, Sheriff Freeman asked, would anybody be interested in this type of program? And the entire class raised their hand.
Fantastic.
He
That
was
is
very
great.
excited. Very next year, around 2018, Napoleon and I were both in Class 1.
Awesome.
And we have just been part of it ever since. We're just really additional eyes and ears for the Sheriff's Office. We do non-dangerous activities. We do vacation checks for Forsyth County residents. We do motor vehicle accidents, and we help direct traffic, work all of the events, parades, parks, we business checks. So we're really busy. We have a lot to do, and we get excellent training.
And all of these tasks that these guys are doing, they're working traffic during the parades. They are working traffic around some accident scenes, or if we have a major road closure, they'll come out, they'll put the cones out, they'll put the signs out and direct traffic. Every one of theirs that's out there doing that, that's a deputy sheriff that can be out patrolling and taking care of your neighborhoods and answering 911 calls and that. If we didn't have these guys, it would tie up a certified deputy at a much higher cost to the county to man that position. So let's talk about y'all's pay.
It's very high.
Out of this world.
It's excellent. It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable is what they say.
Benefits are out of the world.
The benefits are out of the world.
The pay is fantastic in the sense of there really is no pay, but that's not a problem. The payback is the commitment we have given to the county, the Sheriff's Department. I mean, it's just amazing.
Feels like family.
Yeah, family, joy, happiness. It's just a great feeling.
Yep. So I sign their paychecks. I can tell you, they don't take a penny. They don't take a penny from us. We equip them, we give them the equipment, but the manpower is free to you, the taxpayers of the county. Pete, talk a little bit more about some of the other units we have.
Yeah, so underneath the volunteer unit, obviously all the volunteers come in either through the Citizens Law Enforcement Academy, the CERT program, or our ham radio program. But once they join that program, I spend time talking with them to find out where their true interest is. We are very fortunate and blessed. We have volunteers in our volunteer unit that have a wealth of past life experience,
Yes.
attorneys, nurses, construction folks, and I kind of find out where
We have some former law enforcement,
Yes, we
retired
do.
law
Yes,
enforcement.
we have retired law enforcement. So I find out where their key interests are, and then within the volunteer unit, we assist the sheriff's office on a daily basis with a lot of tasks and a lot of administrative tasks. We have volunteer units that deliver our inter-office mail every day, 5 days a week. We have volunteers that assist in the courthouse and our admin building and the information kiosks, helping direct citizens where to go. We have volunteers that help out in our criminal investigations division. Those are made up of retired law enforcement officers that help follow up on old cases and no leads cases. We also have volunteers that assist in our supply unit. We have volunteers that assist in our emergency operations center. We have a culinary team.
Let's talk about the culinary team. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I love to eat. I mean, I won't be shy about it, and it's great when we're out on a big scene or we're out in a function, you know, and we're out for extended period of times. We have a culinary team. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do. So our culinary team is made up of about 25 volunteers. They have all gone through the food safe certification program, and these folks are unbelievable. We have some chefs that are part of the culinary team. We also have some grill masters that do a phenomenal
That's
job,
right.
backyard grill masters. And we have the capability to cook at large scale events and incidents. We also, during emergency operations activations for the EOC, staff the EOC, and we cook for the 911 dispatchers and the county officials that are staffing the emergency operations center during major like winter events,
Right.
hurricanes, tornadoes, things of that nature. And we have the capability to cook for about 70 people and feed them 4 meals a day.
Wow, that's awesome. And the food is good, trust me.
Yes, we're only limited, sir, by our budget.
That's right, that's right. So our volunteers, they also help out with our holiday hope that we did at Christmas, our Thanksgiving meal that we gave to the elderly and needy people here in the county, as well as help to cook for our jail staff and our jail inmates on Thanksgiving to provide them a Thanksgiving meal. Another thing that's near and dear to my heart, I love Jeeps. I have a Jeep. I'm in a Jeep family, and we have a Jeep team. And I wish we had one out for you to see today. These are all, again, volunteers. They volunteer their time and their Jeeps to come out. So if we had ice storms or the major wind damage storms that we've had recently, they'll come out. They'll help us. If they have winches to clear roads, things like that. Another important task is they help to get public safety people to their jobs. So if a deputy is unable to get to work because of a blocked roadway or bad weather, snow, ice, whatever, they can come out and safely bring them in. We also do that for nurses at the hospital, doctors, or whoever, hospital staff. We'll do that for them, and other critical people here in the county that need to be at work, that for whatever reason they can't be during these major storm events. So if you when the winter does come, of course, no chance of snow today, but if it does this winter and you're one of these people that's a critical at the hospital or public safety, just call in and we'll put a link to that. You can call into our 911 center, tell them you need to have a ride. They'll call you back, arrange it. It's not like Uber. It's not going to be fast, but we'll get you there.
Chief, the other thing we forgot to talk about is our reserve unit. Because
Absolutely.
we actually have deputies that are fully certified deputies that come in and work for free.
We do.
Fill holes in shifts, or if there's an SRO that's sick and out, they come in and fill in for that SRO. And we have them throughout the jail and on the road.
That's right. That's right. And that's a great point, Brandon. We, these guys, some of them had a previous law enforcement career, moved on to the private sector for whatever reason, maybe opened a family business or something like that, but wanted to stay in. I mean, this is in our blood. This is our calling, most of us. And they do that. They wanted to stay involved. They want to stay certified for that. So they switch over to our reserve unit. We have some people that will put themselves through the academy. That you know, you always hear, I always wanted to be a cop. I always wanted to do this. So they'll put themselves through one of the state law enforcement academies, and then come on to our reserve unit. Of course, they're all vetted. They go through the exact same hiring process as a full-time deputy sheriff, and get all the exact same training that a deputy sheriff has. So to me, they're no different. The only difference is when I sign their paycheck, it's a zero. So one of the big things that our volunteer unit really takes care of are the big planned events that we have in the county. We have the fair, we have 2 parades a year, and several other events that come throughout the county. A majority of the work that's done on those events from the law enforcement side are done by the volunteer unit. So Pete, can you kind of tell us a little bit about what they do at the fair or at the parades?
Yeah, absolutely, Chief. So during the parades and the fairs, we're basically a force multiplier for the uniformed deputies that are out there. So we break up into teams of 4, and we spread out along the parade route or throughout the fair, and we're there to assist with medical emergencies, lost missing kids, and also to just put a visible presence out there, a high visibility presence. All of our volunteers wear volunteer unit uniforms, so they're easily identifiable, and they're all on our radio frequency. So they have county radios just like we do, and they're on our special event channel, and we all have communication with them continuously through the event. So if we're looking for a lost missing person or we have a medical emergency, a lot of times they're first on the scene.
All right, well, let's head back up there and we'll talk about the equipment and the cars a little bit. All right, so I really want to talk about this vehicle. This is a sheriff's office vehicle, and as you can see, it says Citizens Patrol on it. We get a lot of questions about this, and really, we don't get many questions about this. I see this all the time on social media. Somebody will be stopped behind our Citizens Patrol vehicle at a red light, or see it in a parking lot, post it on social media, and what is this? And then the jokes start to flow. They talk about Police Academy, Citizens on Patrol movie. They talk about you know, what they're doing and how they wouldn't stop for this vehicle if it tried to pull them over. Well, guess what, folks? It's not gonna pull you over. This is for extra eyes. This is for extra help, as we've talked about over here, is they're here to help us. They're here for us to help us direct traffic, work the special events. And the big thing is the vacation patrols. So we have a program where you can go onto our website. If you're going to be out of town, you can register your address and on our extra patrol requests, and these guys will come by and check on your house. They'll come by, make sure everything looks good. They'll walk around, they'll check your gates, your doors, your windows, and then if they see something out of place, they go back to the car, they call in on the radio, and a certified deputy will come out to investigate that. What did I miss? What do y'all do? Vacation requests. Tell us what a typical vacation request patrol is like.
You did an excellent job of covering our basic activities, but
Yep.
a basic vacation check. First of all, after you've put your information in to the county's website, letting us know when you'll be gone, when you'll return, whether or not there'll be someone else there at your home.
What type of vehicles?
Any vehicles in the yard. So therefore, we have that basic information, and then we go to your home. We will address the door. If you have a door camera, we will announce ourselves there. We will also walk around your home, check for doors, windows, anything that is out of place. That is our job. We will do that. We'll get back in our vehicles. We'll report that activity, and at the end of and when you return home, you will receive an email letter stating the days and the times that we were there, and everything was good.
And everything was good. So it's one thing that I request that these guys didn't bring up. If you come home early from a vacation, let us know. We've had quite a few scares where we come out to do the patrol and we come out to check your house and somebody's home. It's all innocent. Everybody comes home early from vacations from time to time. Life happens. You have to come home. But just, shoot us, when you get home, get on our website and say, hey, I'm home. And that way you don't get a scare, these guys don't get a scare, and it works out for everybody.
We do parks checks. We drive through the parks, especially in the summertime when there's a lot of people out there. We do business checks where we just kind of drive through. Mainly it's visibility of the vehicle.
That's right.
They see us, and if there's someone there thinking of doing something mischievous, where they see this vehicle, hopefully they'll go somewhere else.
Absolutely. And again, y'all are the eyes and the ears. If y'all see something suspicious, if y'all want to report something, get on your radio and you get the uniformed certified deputies out there to assist y'all with that and to take over and to assist with that. And then y'all become a support role. So let's talk about y'all's equipment that y'all carry a little bit. So what do you have? What do you have on your belt?
Well, I've got flashlights. We carry lots of flashlights in case we work after dark. We've got the same radio as the deputies.
Yes.
So if we see or hear anything, we are able to call it in immediately. We know all the same codes that the deputies use.
And y'all are tested on that.
And that really helps.
Absolutely.
And then I've got, for example, we have a lot of medical training.
That's great.
All of us are BLS and CPR certified, basic life support.
That's right.
And then I have a tourniquet back here, and then gloves in case we came to a scene and had to work with somebody.
You know what I don't see on either one of you? Any weapons.
No weapons.
We don't have weapons. We don't have an asp. We don't have pepper spray, and no guns. So that's not their purpose. They're here to be our eyes and ears and to assist on things that they can assist on. So again, these guys aren't going to be doing the enforcement. Again, you don't have to worry about them writing you a ticket. You don't have to worry about them taking you to jail. Now, if you need to go to jail, they'll call somebody that'll take you to jail. But again, that's what they're here for. They are citizens on patrol.
And Pete and Brandon, they just give the best training.
They do.
They're just wonderful leaders. So it really makes the program even above what you might see elsewhere in the country.
That's awesome. Now, I know y'all are original members, but y'all are both FTOs. Tell me what that means.
Really, that just means we're senior.
You're senior
in the class.
But
we're senior in ship.
But y'all do the training.
And we do the training. So all the new graduates, we spend several rides with them in the car.
Several hours riding with them in the car, ensuring that they have the basic information that is needed in order to successfully do what we're asked to do.
Anything else y'all want to tell us about the car?
In the back, we have all our support equipment, AED, and our go bags. Also some refreshments in case we get out on a 41 accident where we need to be there for a while. We have all type of equipment that we need to do traffic control.
Cones? You have cones, I see.
Cones.
Yes, lots of cones.
Lots of cones.
That's great.
So welcome inside, Chief. We were able to, with your help and assistance, repurpose this to a command vehicle for not only our volunteer unit and our volunteer operations, but also for the Sheriff's Office as a whole if we had a major incident. So in this vehicle, we have 7 workstations, and the way we have this set up is the computer just off to your left shoulder is a desktop computer. So if we have a deputy or a supervisor that doesn't have their laptop with them or an assigned computer, they can log in there. It also has our dispatch software on it. So if we're on a major incident, we can have a dispatcher.
So we could bring dispatchers right here to dispatch calls.
Correct, yes sir. They can dispatch calls right from here. The remaining workstations are docking stations, so our deputies and our supervisors can take their computers out of their cars, plug them right in here, and they have their own computer with all of their information on it that'll pull up on the docking station. So this workstation right here is designed for the incident command workstation. They have radios assigned to each station as well as their radios on their shoulder. We have a secondary area for a scribe or a note taker here. We have complete access to printers, scanners inside the command bus. We also have 2 live feed TVs that we can pull up the Weather Channel, local news, national news, whatever the case may be. And then as you come back into the rear,
we have 2 more docking stations. And the reason we went with docking stations is because we're trying to keep the cost as low to the taxpayer as possible. To re-outfit this vehicle, that includes the striping on the outside and all these computers, $930.
$930.
$930.
to repurpose this. And this saved us from buying a new incident command vehicle, which would have probably cost us who knows what. So it's, you know, these things aren't cheap. But again, we had this in our rolling stock, and we were able to repurpose it. And for $930, it's back in service.
Absolutely. We reused monitors that were replaced with new monitors inside the precincts. And again, the idea was just to keep the cost down and make it as functional as possible at the same time. Like Pete said, we bring in our existing MDTs, and that way if a command staff person comes in, it's their computer. They know where their files are. They know where everything is they need. They just plug it in. They get 2 screens to work with. Like Pete said, we have our live TV. Right now, we're watching weather just to see what's coming from the states to the west of us, because me and Pete are always keeping an eye on that so that we can pre-stage any volunteer needs we do, because we do a lot of logistics with the Sheriff's Office as well.
Absolutely.
Correct, absolutely. And Chief, where you're sitting is a great place also for a command
Yeah, I
staff
like
member
this.
to sit. They can kind of oversee operations back here. And we get asked a lot of times why the walls are so shiny. All of the walls are dry erase boards, so we have the capability of writing on the walls with critical information or whatever we may need.
That's great. That's great. Well, again, guys, thank y'all for taking on this project and doing a phenomenal job with it. Y'all have you really knocked this out of the park.
Well, thank you, sir.
And thank y'all for what y'all do with our volunteer unit. It's tremendous. I don't know of another volunteer unit that's as robust and as active as ours. 150 volunteers come out to help you and to serve the citizens of this county.
Well,
it's unheard of.
In all honesty, Chief, we couldn't do what we do without the continuous support from Sheriff Freeman and yourself. That has made,
thank you.
That has
Thank
made
you
a
very
world
much.
of difference.
It is.
And it allows us to do what we do.
Great.
Our last critical call out, we had 20 volunteers on site within the first hour after we hit the
awesome.
panic button, and we called them in for a search for a missing person.
Right.
Yeah, the other thing, Chief, which is pretty amazing, is we have very little turnover in our volunteer unit.
Yes.
The majority of our volunteers have been with us since the beginning. So
Right.
we started our CERT program here in 2008, and myself and now Captain Frampton started that program here in the county, and it has grown throughout the years that we've done it. But we have a lot of volunteers that have been with us since the very beginning.
That's awesome. Well, great. We've had a great time this morning out here at Mary Alice Park with just a few of our volunteers. But we brought these guys out because they know the system and they know what they do, and I really wanted them out here to relay that to you. But guys, I can't thank you enough for what y'all do for the Sheriff's Office and for the county and the citizens of the county. Y'all do an amazing job, and just keep up the great work.
Don't forget to like us.
And don't forget to tag us.
Share us.
Remember, subscribe, follow.
And as always, everybody, stay safe, Forsyth.